Okay, y'all asked, so I'm gonna give it to you. Here is the story time of how he went to sleep with me and I found him in my sister's bed the very next morning. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this is referencing my last video. So this is so bad to say, but I wasn't even surprised because my sister's room gets a little cooler than mine. So I was just like, okay, like he just wanted to be colder. That's probably why he left me. Side note, I had to switch to a headband because I couldn't get close enough to my hairline. If you guys haven't caught on, that was a complete joke. This is about my dog. My dog's actually a girl, but I wanted it to sound better because I have a boyfriend, so I changed it to he. So to clarify, my boyfriend did not cheat on me. He never has. He never will. I don't even think he's watched my TikTok about it. So, but I know some people caught on, but yeah, I just thought it'd be funny. I'm actually going to see my boyfriend next week, so there is nothing weird going on. And I'm also probably going to go shop for my sister's bachelorette tonight, so everybody is on good terms. So basically today, I'm just going to get a lot of errands done and TikToking so that I can leave Sunday or Monday to go out of town, maybe Tuesday, I don't know. I'll stay 3 nights with my friend Nat, and then I'm going to stay 3 nights with my boyfriend because he'll just be like moving into a new apartment. He has a summer internship, and then he'll move back to his college in like August, I want to say, after we go to Hawaii. So I'll probably just help my boyfriend move in towards the end of the week, and that'll be good. I'm gonna try to get as much videos done as I can today, as many, I don't speak correctly. I will say I have some good hauls coming for you guys because I know I'm getting some Morgan Wallen stuff in. I know I'm getting like a She is Gracie Lou package in. Like, I'm so excited. I just went to the kitchen to get my stuff to make my greens. Please tell me why my little brother made a pot that says D's nuts for his pottery class. My little brother is the funniest person I know. Like, it's so funny because in school I was like so scared of getting in trouble, and then my little brother's over here making that. Honestly though, that kind of makes me want to go to like a little pottery thing with my boyfriend or my friend next week and make something because it kind of looks fun. If y'all had a pottery thingy in your art class, what did you make? I tried to make a strawberry and it did not turn out good, so I had to turn it into a tomato. I need to go back and get my like, whatever it's called, revenge, and make something good this time. Thanks for getting ready with me. I love you guys.
It's just Halloween time. I want to do a complete total makeover. I want to look like a new person. I'm talking wig, I'm talking snatch face, I'm talking 2016 makeup, I'm talking spray tan. It's not even a costume. I just want to be a new bitch for the night. So, ooh, I bought a wig from the beauty supply, and let's do this. Okay, I don't have time to spray tan, I won't lie. So I'm just going to put this bronzer on my chest and hope for the best. It won't stay this dark, don't worry. Okay, bitch, now that that's done, it's time for some primer because I need to have this shit stick to my face. I don't know. I probably won't keep it on long, but I just want to... I want to be a new bitch for a little bit. Hopefully it turns out good because I do not know how to install a wig. And these wigs are synthetic, so I'm not sure that I can use a hot comb on the root, so they might be a little bit puffy. I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm using the It Cosmetics CC cream because it's really good, but it's not my shade right now, but I put spray tan on, so maybe I can figure it out. We'll figure it out. When I say 2016 makeup, I want to like melt together 2016 plus 2020. Like I want like a cutesy pootsy crazy colorful, I don't know. We'll see. What I miss about 2016 makeup is the total transformation. I feel like now is like less is more, which is true in a way. But the total transformation is what's so fun about makeup. It's like, oh, bitch, I'm a new person. I'm a new person. Before I do anything with my face, I want to start with the eyeshadow so that the face is fresh. Eyeshadow primer. This is actually just concealer. I've been in a green era, and you guys always say you like green eyeshadow on me, so I'm gonna use green. I don't even really know what I'm doing anymore. I can't really give you a tutorial because I'm just gonna throw shit in my eyelid and hope it looks good, but I feel like it probably will. Right now, I'm just blending this all around. It's crazy because I feel like the people who really grew up on 2016 makeup really grew up making it like an art form, and nowadays it's really enhancing beauty, which is cool about beauty, but like I don't know, there was like an art to it before, like a colorful creativity, like people really fell in love with it for the art of it. I don't know, I would really end a day of screaming with my mom and being pissed off and hating the world and hating the school I went to and hating the people at my school, and I'd come home and I'd do a makeup look and I'd be like, ooh, don't call, just text me. Just kidding. I'd be like listening to Rihanna and like Lemonade and like crying in my bedroom and doing my makeup. It's gonna be scary before it looks good. So just trust the process. Let me do my eyebrows. Hold on. Okay, brows are on and they're kind of eating. I'm thinking I should put on a lash. I think I'm gonna put on a lash. Please bear with me because I have not put on a lash in literally a year and a half. Just kidding, mama still got it. Okay, for now the eyes are done. So now we need to do the face because I'm starting to feel scary looking. I'm starting to feel a little bit terrifying, a little bit like a haunted house moment. Okay, first things first, I really need to slice up my face, really need to shape this baby up. This is the Sculpt Tape by Tarte. And as always, into the brow, down the nose. The brow, down the nose. Into the brow, down the nose. I've gotten tagged in a few videos of people saying into the brow, down the nose and acting like it's it's their thing, and that's okay, guys. That's okay. Every technique has been done before, so it really doesn't matter to me. Even like the stealing the lingo thing that you guys are worried about, I really couldn't give a shit or a piss. Anyways, moving on to concealer that I desperately need. This is the CoverGirl one. I'm just gonna plop that baby in there. Okay, now I'm setting my face with the pink powder because I really want that yellow to be gone, and I'm obsessed with this powder by One Size. It's so good. Oh, look at that under eye. I can't get that bitch you know I'm sexy song out of my head. The bitch you know I'm sexy. I cannot get that out of my head. It's like stuck there permanently. I'm taking a contour and I'm literally putting it in my brow and then down to my nose. I'm telling you, this changes the game. It changes the makeup game every time. Putting this pink Fenty highlighter right here. I'm obsessed with this highlighter lately, and I don't really usually like highlighter. Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Hot Gossip. I love this color so much. Do it like that, and then I put Pillow Talk in the center, and it's so good. This just is the finished makeup, and it looks so good. I look so good. I'm gonna do the wig in a different video, though. The wig video will be up literally right after this video, so just go watch it. I don't know. Love you. Bye.
I found out my new roommate was a corn star, and he caught me watching one of his films. This is so perfect for this story. It's a surprise ending for you. Let's talk about it. You know that guy that you've been friends with like your whole life and you have a crush on them, but they're just like either completely oblivious or they just pretend that they don't know? That was my best friend, and he moved from New York to Los Angeles, and my family is like super stuck up and uptight, and he knew that I was trying to like branch away and try something different. So he told me to find my bliss and come live with him, and he offered me a place to stay in Los Angeles. Then I move all my stuff there, and let me remind you that I'm under the impression that he's going to be there and that I'm going to be able to borrow his car because I do not have a car. I'm from New York, and I'm not used to driving, and I hate driving. He springs it on me last minute that he is going away. He's not going to be there, and he actually rented out his master room to this guy that he found on Craigslist. So in my head, I'm thinking, cool, so not only will you probably never like me back, but you also have set me up to potentially be murdered by a stranger. Finally get there, start moving my stuff in, and I meet the new guy that's going to be my roommate. He is very cute, and that's all good and all because he looks like a pretty normal person, but also like attractive people make me nervous, and I get a little flustered, and I'm like, oh, now I have to live with this guy. He ends up being a really cool guy. He breaks the ice. I'm getting to know him a little bit better, but I sit down and I'm like, well, maybe we should just have some rules. And he kind of makes fun of me for having rules, but I'm a type A personality and I need to know the ground rules. I think at this point he can kind of realize that I'm a little shy, maybe even a little prude. I'm like, let's enforce like a 3-knock rule for the bathroom because the door in the bathroom didn't lock, and he just kind of laughs at me, but he was very willing to like comply with everything. Like I said, just a really nice guy. Of course, when I call my best friend back home, she's like, okay, what's up with this new roommate? Like, what does he look like? And I ended up sending her a picture of him because we've been sending each other like selfies back and forth, just like texting, you know, being friends. And she stops me and she's like, oh my gosh, do you know who that is? And I'm like, no, who? She's like, this is blank blank. He's a pretty big, like, you know, adult film entertainer. And I'm like, well, I don't really watch any of that, so how was I supposed to know that? She's like, oh my gosh, you don't know how lucky you are. Like, he's so popular. You should look him up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, that's a total invasion of privacy. I'm not going to do that. Okay, but curiosity did get the better of me, and one night I knew he was going to be at work and he wasn't going to get home till later, and I decided while I was sitting on the couch just to do a little Google search. And I found this article that popped up that was like talking about his, you know, industry and that he was making waves in a good way, and there was a link. And I clicked the link because I was curious. And then I started watching and I was like, okay, I get it. I get the appeal because he came off just so sexy, and I get why a lot of women enjoyed his work. And then I hear a bag drop by the front door, and I turn to see that my roommate is in fact home, and he has caught me watching his corn.
Will you get ready with me after school while I tell you how my AP history teacher is like low-key crazy and insane and really racist? So my first day was 2 days ago. Anyway, so like, we were all sitting in his class. His class is my last period of the day. And, like, we're all sitting there waiting for him to walk in because he was on, like, hallway duty or whatever. And, like, he's walking towards the class, and, like, my side of the room just gasps. We're like, holy like, he just looks so crazy. Like, he looks the way he is. Like, he's literally insane. Anyways, we all were literally, like, gasping. We're like, oh, my God. Like, this teacher looks literally crazy. And turns out he is. But, anyways, he walks in, he's like, dang, I haven't scared anyone like, that, but I only scare my cats and dogs like that. And we're like, what? And then, on the board, it said he only growls at his cats and dogs, but today he literally growled at my class. And then he's like, I bite, but only sometimes. And we're like, you bite, hello. Like, he's so weird. And like, he's like one of those like professors. Like, he should be probably teaching college. Like, he's just so strict with everybody. And and I'll get with that because like there's some things he said were like, oh yeah, like you're crazy. So he started taking attendance, and he was like guessing everyone's races. He's like by their last names. He's like, oh, like, are you from here, from here? And then he started telling kids that they weren't their race. He's like, yeah, no, you're from here, you're from here. And like a bunch of kids were beefing about that with him because he was literally like telling people that they weren't what they were. And it was so weird. It's like, yeah, what? And then today, this Muslim kid, he came in wearing like some hat piece, which is like from his culture or whatever. And like my teacher was like, yeah, you're not Muslim, like you should be wearing this other thing, like you're not Muslim, like da 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 da. And then he was like, yes I am, like yes I am. And then he finally got to his name on like the attendance, and he's like, oh, like this is a Muslim last name, like you are Muslim. He's like, yeah I am. And he's like, then why aren't you wearing a beard, like why don't you have a beard, like these type of Muslims are supposed to have a beard. And he's like, oh yeah, let me just go to the store and buy a beer real quick. Like it was like the teacher was just like crazy, like he's literally crazy, I'm telling you. Anyways, this girl was kind of like talking while he was talking, and then he goes, don't make me reenact the killing fields. And we're all like, what the heck? He also said he used to be a spy and that he was so good he turned down the CIA. He also told us that he's the one who created JP2, John Paul II, and then he also told us he created the AP history system. He literally dick rides every private school in the area, especially JP2. Anyways, we'll see how this year goes with him. Bye! Get ready with me for a party. I literally have not gone to a party in forever because I always have the worst experiences at parties. Most of the time it's just like the party gets like shut down or kids like start fighting, but this one time. So I'm from LA, and in LA there's a lot of like Instagram parties. And basically what that is just like Instagram accounts that you like follow, and then if you get accepted you can go to the party. And most of the time you like don't really know who the host is. Like sometimes it'll say it, but it's like a random person, or sometimes it just doesn't say it. And so I've always thought that these parties were stupid because I'm like, why would I go to a party if I don't know who's throwing it? Like that's not fun. I made myself shy. But anyways, it ended up just being one of those nights. Like me and my friends had like nothing to do, and we were like, okay, let's just check to see if there's a party. And sure enough, there was. Now there were a few things that I should have like automatically known this was a red flag. First of all, there was like 3 different accounts with like different themes, but they had the same address. One was like Euphoria, the other one was like Blackout, and then the other one was like Whiteout. Pretty basic themes. And so we like picked the one that was like Blackout, I think, because it was like the easiest to dress for. And we get ready and we, Uber to this party. So at this point it's me and 2 of my other friends. And it was weird also because there's like something saying like you have to be 18 to get in on one of the accounts, and then the other 2 were like you don't have to be 18. So again, just like red flags all around. I realize I have more time, so I don't need to like get ready, but I'm gonna finish telling my story. We get to the party, and then we look at like the time because we showed up like we were there like 30 minutes late, which is like, you don't want to show up right when the party starts. And so I just wanted to go check like what the address was again, and they changed the time to like an hour later. So we were like 30 minutes early now to this party, and I was so embarrassed because I was like, first of all, we're gonna look so dumb. Like, it just wasn't good. And so we were, like, thinking, I was like, okay, we'll just, like, stand, I guess, and, like, wait and, like, see if other people come, like, whatever. And there's, like, this, like, group of guys, like, oh, are you here for the mansion party? And we were like, oh, yeah, like, but, like, we're early. And keep in mind, they're all Russian. All of them were Russian, with, like, a Russian accent. So, not gonna lie, I was scared. And they looked older, too. They looked like they were, like, I don't know, 19, I don't know. But very intimidating. And so we were all like, oh, like, no, it's okay. Because, like, we're not going to be the only 3 girls going into a party with, like, guys that we don't know when the party, like, hasn't started yet. Like, just not a good idea. But then they started, like, insisting. Like, no, come in. And I was, like, freaking out. But when I'm freaked out, my only reaction is, like, to laugh. So me and my 3 friends just started dying laughing, like, no, we're not coming in. And the guys were just like, yeah, like, come in, like, it's a mansion, like, all this stuff, when it, like, clearly was not a mansion from the outside. Also, like, it just was not a mansion.
And so we like walked back down, like away from the people. At this point, it was like 15-20 minutes going by, and like people started to show up. But every single group of people that walked into that house would walk out like 5 minutes later, get in their car, and drive away. And like I was trying to wait it out because I was like, I don't want to spend another money on another Uber because then I'm gonna have to Uber home later also. So like it was just adding up. But then another part of me was like, okay, I'm starting to like not feel safe. Like this is weird. And so we went up to the guys, and then like somehow they like convinced us to like just go in and to like look at it, like to look at the party, right? But they made us pay to get in. So we all paid like $20. And we get inside, and it's like an empty house and a pool, and it's all I'm not lying. It was all Russian men. Also, I was recording this whole thing, so if you guys want videos later, let me know. It was just all Russian men, like speaking a different language and like staring. And me and my friends were so uncomfortable. So we were like, nope, like this feels bad, we're gonna leave. So we walk out, and we're like, hey, like we're gonna leave because like I literally told him, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get kidnapped in there. Like, can we just have our money back and like we'll go? And they were like, no. And I was like, no, I just gave you my money. It's cash. Like, just hand it back. Like, we're not gonna stay here. And they would not give us our money back. But like one of the guys was like, there's a group of people over there. Like, how about this? Like, you guys go with me and we get them to come to the party and then it'll feel less weird. They're like, we just need more people to come. Like, we're like, we promise, like, it's not weird. Like, we just need more people to come. But like, if you guys leave too, like, you know, it's just gonna continue the cycle. Like, just stay. And I was like, no, but like, if we can get this group of people to come in, like, maybe whatever. So we like went up to the group of people and we're like, hey, like, come to this party. It's so weird, I can't. Like, hey, come to this party. And they were like, oh, like why does everyone keep leaving? And then me and my friends were like, we don't know. Like, we don't know. And the guy was like, oh, just come in the party, come in the party. Keep in mind, he, like, again, like, Russian tall guy. Like, it was scary. I literally felt like a hostage. And so they end up going in. They didn't like it either. They left again, went in their car, and drove away. And so at this point, me and my friends were like, okay, we're literally just gonna go. And so I tried to argue with them to get my money back, and it just didn't work. And then we just ended up literally Ubering and going home. There was another party, but we were like, we're not gonna go. That was traumatizing and weird. And yeah, that's why I only go to parties with people I know now. Thanks for watching.
Get ready with me while I tell you guys about how I accidentally snitched on my sister in high school for sneaking out. So she was in 12th grade and I was in 9th grade, but I probably had the maturity level of like a 5th grader and the knowledge of a 5th grader. To put things in perspective, at this time I was sleeping with my little brother because we would stay up all night and play Minecraft. Very like well under what I should have been at my age. So one night, me and my little brother finished our Minecraft Chronicles. And I believe I fell asleep for a little bit, but then I noticed my sister's light was on, so I was like, I'm gonna go be nice and turn that off for her. Also, if you can hear like some weird sounds, the people above us, I believe, are doing their laundry, and it is so loud, and it's been doing this for like an hour, so I was like, I'm filming my Get Ready With Me. So I went to turn her TV off, and I noticed there was like blankets covering her, like on her bed, and I was like, oh my gosh, like she's not gonna be able to breathe. And when I tell you, this is literally my 9th grade thoughts. So when I pulled the blanket back to help her breathe better, I saw these pillows like in position that looked like a human. And this is gonna sound so dramatic. After I did that, I noticed her curtain was like blowing and it's nighttime, so everything was like more dramatic to me. So in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody like kidnapped my sister, left her TV, her light on, made it look like there was somebody still sleeping in her bed so that they could get away with this. So I'm already freaking out, like already on the verge of tears, and I'm like, I have to go like run to my parents' room and tell them that Sarah's kidnapped. And how naive I was at the time definitely kept me from understanding the situation, obviously. So I go into my parents' room and I'm like, guys, Sarah's kidnapped, and I'm like crying already. And the first thing my mom does is hop out of bed and goes, Sarah snuck out. And I was like no part of me thought that. I was like, no, mom, like she's kidnapped. You don't understand. The curtain was like swinging in the dark. So I start sitting on the couch while my parents are like calling her and going outside to see where she's at. And I'm like crying, but at this point I'm like, maybe I did accidentally snitch. So my sister gets home and she's like explaining her side of the story to my parents and why she had to do what she did. And I'm just sitting there like, So at this point, she's obviously a little sad because she got in trouble. I would have got in trouble too. And I'm just like, I'm going to go in her room and comfort her. And don't think I'm a snake because I didn't know. Not my stupid self saying to her, I wouldn't have told on you. I just thought you got kidnapped. She goes, you told? Yeah, that was me. Moral of the story, if you ever think you're not a cool person, at least you're not me.
I just found out the nastiest thing ever today. Have y'all seen that TikTok? It got like 1 million likes, and this girl was basically talking about how research showed that Chipotle uses human caca to grow their plants. Like, hello, what? You know, I haven't had Chipotle in like almost 4 years, but like still. So hopefully you guys like think before you go to Chipotle, because that's actually insane. Also, story time on the reason I don't eat Chipotle, and no, this is not because of what I just told you. So basically, like 3 to 4 years ago, I think, my church decided to go on this like little trip thing with all the youth. And we went and we saw like this Christmas light show, and it was really fun. And after that, we were obviously all hungry. It was like 8 o'clock, so we decided to go get some Chipotle. So I was on this church bus with some of my friends. There was a lot of kids on there I didn't like, and I thought they were kind of weird. But we all got our orders in, and I think we were all like running around outside the bus and like racing each other in the parking lot or something. After that, we got in the bus and we were all eating our food while the driver was driving back home. There was also this one kid I forgot to mention. He was just being really annoying the whole time, and he would like not shut up. But anyways, we're all eating, and this kid is not like being normal. Like, he's just messing around the whole time, and we're getting so annoyed. And then out of nowhere, he like throws up over like the whole freaking aisle of the bus. It was disgusting. And this isn't like a huge bus, like a school bus. It was like one of those like mini buses or whatever. Like, if anything, it was just like a really big white van. And mind you, while this was happening, we were still like an hour away from the church. So this dude's throw up is like in the aisle for the whole hour ride home. And I feel so bad for the kid next to him because he had like throw up all over him, and he was sitting next to this other kid and he kept trying to like touch him. But I think the thing that grossed me out the most is the fact that the Chipotle literally looked the same before it came out of his mouth. Like I just lost my appetite. I was so done. I was like, you know what? I will just decide not to eat Chipotle ever again. And a good thing for that, because oh my gosh, the stuff they have found in Chipotle is insane. But anyways, that's it for my get ready with me. Bye.
I lost my virginity to a homeless man. Let's talk about it. I understand that this sounds absolutely insane, but I need you to just stick with me, okay? Just stick with me. So I'm 21 years old, and I have this job working at this office, and not gonna lie, like, I was not treated the best there. I worked with some girls who are not very nice to me, and a lot of the times I would eat lunch by myself. So one day I go to sit on this bench that's right by where I work, and I sit down and I see this guy who's like playing his guitar, very attractive, and I keep coming back and I notice that he's there a lot. One day we're out there and it starts raining, and we both like go under this gazebo so that we don't get wet, and he's kind of chatting with me, and I find out that he has a dog, and that is where he tells me that he actually is homeless and he sleeps like under this bridge most nights. So I'm getting to know him a little bit, and I come back the next day and like the next day after that, and I just keep like trying to interact with him. And one day I buy him like something to eat and his dog, and we just chat for a while where he tells me like he chooses to live this way, all this stuff, blah blah blah. He has a very charismatic personality, and he's just like really fun to talk to, and he's like wanting me to be adventurous with him and like just skip work and hang out with him for the day. I'm like, I can't do that. And there's just a lot of differences between us. Then one day I come out for lunch and I see that he's kind of like hunched over. He's not being his normal self. He says he has a really bad migraine, and I'm like, oh, I can go like get you something. He's like, don't worry about it, it'll pass. And so I go back to work and I go home and I try not to think. But all night I am worried that he is going to like get seriously hurt or just not be feeling good. So I put some like pain pills that I had got when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I bring him something to eat and something to drink, and I dress really cute because I guess I'm trying to impress him, and I go down there. At first he's like, you can't come down here at night, like it can get kind of dangerous down here, you should go home, blah blah blah. I'm like, I just wanted to check on you. And he like thought it was very nice that I brought him something, but he did inform me that he is a recovering addict and he cannot take the pain pills that I brought him, but it was very nice of me to do that. Throughout this time that we've spent together, I realized that I just really like him a lot. He's not like anybody I've ever met, and while I'm there hanging out with him, he's like, you know, you should probably go. And I'm like, what if I don't want to? Then he starts kissing me, then things go a little further, and I did not inform him that I was a virgin. So I kind of freaked out after it was all over because I just like, I don't even really know this guy that well, don't know if he has something, we didn't use protection, so I'm like freaking out and I just dip right after. And I don't come back to see him for like over a week because I'm just like panicking on the inside, just like about everything, like can't believe I did that, all this stuff. He like leaves me a little note kind of by the office where I work, basically saying like, you know, let's talk, he misses me, come back and see him, blah blah blah. And I want to, but I'm scared, and my best friend invites me to go out to this bar that night, and I'm like, you know what, instead of going to see him, I'm just gonna go to the bar. I get to the bar, it's supposed to be like this double date between me and my best friend and these two guys, and I noticed that the band playing, the drummer, is the guy. It's the guy. He comes up, swaggers up, interrupts my date, and basically is like, can you give me a ride home? And obviously we're not gonna like divulge all his information to them, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. After that, we talk a lot, we hang out a lot. I know him, but I feel like I don't know him, and there's like just kind of some weird things about him. Things that just don't really add up. And then